y'all, and welcome back. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Ours has been great, but oh man, has it been hot. But anyway, we're going to pick up reading from our little book, Hold Me Up a Little Longer, Lord, by Marjorie Holmes. The title is Pay Later, and for me, it's on page 51 and 52. And can I just say, thank y'all so much for your understanding about me changing the upload schedule, doing 3 days a week. I knew y'all would, but it's always, you just don't want to admit that you just can't do it all. But sometimes we just have to admit we just can't do it all. So I do appreciate y'all being so understanding and encouraging and supportive, and I thank you so much. So let's just see how the Lord is going to minister to us today. Lord, please save them from their folly, these two who are so dear to me. They're about to tear their lives apart because of their problems about money. Each year they've gone deeper into debt for things they thought they needed or just plain wanted. Buying each other expensive gifts, taking pay later trips, giving their children advantages. You only live once, they said, and it's only money. But somewhere along the line, they stopped living, at least for each other, and began to exist only for the notes and mortgages and bill collectors. Now they're drowning in their sea of debt and in their desperation blaming each other. Even the extra jobs they've taken only pull them further apart and add to the bitterness. They still love each other, but they don't think they can make it together any longer. Please, Lord, save them from their mistake. Show them we can't solve financial problems by running away. We only compound them. Two households cost twice as much as one, and the children are bound to suffer. If either of them were actually drowning, they would give their lives, if need be, to save the other. Lord, make them realize they must swim to each other's rescue now with every ounce of strength and understanding, that together they can save their home and their love and their marriage. Guide them to some practical solution, God, and help us to remember that pay later all too often only means that we must pay dearly later. Oh boy. This is such a topic for, I guess, anyone at any age, but thank the Lord, I have kind of learned. Now, it took me many years. It took me many mistakes. It took me, Lord, so much to learn this lesson, but the pay laters and the put it on the credit card, pay the little bit that's coming in, pay the minimum, all that kind of stuff is such a joke. And it really takes a lot to ever get out of that mindset once you get there. Buster. But I am so thankful that the Lord had such grace and mercy on me that He allowed me to learn from such mistakes. And I think honestly, we can all say we've been here at some point or another. Some of us have learned, some of us are still learning, and some of us may never learn. It's just one of those things. But marriage and money, oh my Lord, it truly is a weapon that enemy uses. First of all, he's after our families. If he can tear the families apart using anything that he can, he's all for it. And the easiest way to tear a family apart is financial. It's just the easiest way. And then you add the times that we live in now where everything is so high, jobs are so few and far. And then if you do have a job, it takes both people working, and sometimes that's not even enough. And then you're exhausted. If you do make enough money, you're just so exhausted that then you're tired and snapping and taking it out on each other. It's the cycle, and the devil knows this. And if he can use the financials to ruin a marriage, he's going to do it. He's going to use any and everything he can to tear up a good marriage, or any marriage, because that is his goal, to tear up, rip apart But it's like she said, if either of them were actually drowning, they would give their lives, if need be, to save each other. It's so true. But the devil, when you're in these situations and you're so bound by finances and bills and money issues, and you add children on top of all of that, it is just so easy for the devil to target that and to use it as such a weapon, where if in the moment, I say this because you don't realize it when you're going through it, but if in the moment we can realize what is really happening and see with our spiritual eyes and not our carnal eyes, and see what the devil is doing with the situation that's just kind of been presented, then we would be able to see and know how to fight this. And the best way to fight it is hit your knees. Hit your knees and pray about it and ask the Lord to bring in the wisdom that you need to teach you and help you. He can do it. He did that for me. A couple years ago, whenever I left my job due to reasons, and then James had lost his job because of the pandemic and everything, we were in a bind and I didn't know what we were going to do. And we had very, very limited income. And it even goes as far back as whenever I lost my job when James and I was divorced. I was left with, the last paycheck. And instead of just using that paycheck the way I would normally use it, I kept it for a while. And I remember hitting the Bible, hitting my knees and praying and asking God to give me wisdom and the best way to use what He had given me. And the same thing when James and I were together in the pandemic and we had limited income. Again, I would pray and ask God to give us wisdom and the best way. And here's the key to all of this. Invite God into all of your situations, be it financial, be it spiritual, be it personal, whatever the situation may be. Invite God into that. Get His leadership, His guidance, and His direction, and let Him help you and know how to handle something. And what better place to start than with our finances? I pray about our finances. I pray over our situations, and I ask God to give us wisdom to know how to handle all of our finances. And He has done that. And I can truthfully say that we have met some of our goals that we started out for this year. The Lord has really helped us. But, through that, we have to be disciplined and we have to obey and follow His direction, and that may be, in my case, you don't go thrifting for a little while, Donna. You cut back on your thrifting. You cut back on your extras, you don't eat out. You buy groceries, you cook meals, stuff like that, whatever it may be. And I can see how God has helped us in this situation. I'm so thankful for that, because I'm telling you, the devil is just looking for that crack, whatever it may be. And in most people's cases, it is financial. And if he can just weasel his nasty self into that little crack and get in there, then he can do some real damage. And we have to be on guard. We have to be aware. We have to constantly be prayed up. And we also have to understand that all that we have is from the Lord. And we need to pray to be good stewards with what He's blessed us with. Everything that we have, God has blessed us with. Yes, He's given you the help to be able to hold down the job. He's giving you the right job to meet your needs, whatever. But God is ultimately the reason we have everything that we have. And so we need to include Him and get His direction and get His leadership and make Him the center of our lives. And He is going to work all of this out. And then the devil's not going to have this avenue to come at you with. Now, that don't mean he's not going to be looking for another one, but at least and we know finances is the number one reason for divorce, reason for trouble in a marriage. It's always financial. It always seems to be truly money is the root to all evil and everything. And if we can ever get a grip on that and understand, without God, none of it really matters anyway. So let's just pray and lift each other up that the Lord will help us all be good stewards and help us in every aspect of our lives, but especially in the financial parts of our life, that we don't give the devil that little bit of a crack, a little loophole that he needs to get in to cause true destruction in our marriage, or just in your family in general. You don't even have to be married. Money can come in and cause problems in families. I've seen it happen. It's horrible. I mean, money is truly a necessary evil. It really is. But if we keep God center and first in our life, then he's going to work all this other stuff out for us, and he's going to help us to be able to know how to handle this. And then hopefully we won't either find ourselves in this situation or have to witness our friends and loved ones in this situation. Whew. Wow. God is good. I love how he's teaching us so much, and he's keeping us on our toes, and we just never know from day to day what he's going to end up talking to us about next. I just love that about him. I pray that something has been said that has blessed you. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.